What's going on, guys? It's Moose with Combat Sports Supply, and today we have something brand new from ASG. This is their FLCN 556. This is their take on a new AR series. It's kind of like a SCAR meets an ACR, and they had a dwarf baby, and this is what came out. Alright, in the box, Combat Sports Supply QR code, product manual, your magazine, which is a mid-cap, of course, the gun itself. All polymer, not too bad. I like the kind of mini SCAR stock. No irons, that's a little weird. Then you have a Dean's to me adapter, but also a Dean's connector for your battery. And in true combat fashion, we're going over it butt to tip. Starting with the butt, you have the UGG boot style stock. It's a 6-position adjustable, as well as a foldable. And it does have a couple sling attachment points on the rear. You got one at the back of the receiver. You've got the more traditional one towards the end of the stock, as well as the QD slot. You do have a cheek riser here as well. Moving on to the receiver, starting with the grip. It's a little chunkier than most, but what's cool about it, it has a rubberized, like, serpent texture to it. I absolutely love it. Everyone I've given it to, they don't have an issue with it. The gun is ambidextrous to a point. So, fire selector switch is going to be available on both sides. Your bolt release is going to be available on both sides, but your mag release is on the right. So, sorry lefties, you're weird. And don't worry lefties, the charging handle you can swap from left to right, and the charging handle does work. You'll also notice that it has a widened trigger guard, a little thicker, but everyone likes thick. Now you do have a Picatinny rail that goes all the way down the length of the gun. When it comes to the handguard, it is an M-LOK handguard. And if you notice, you do have another QD sling attachment on either side of your handguard. And it just has a standard orange muzzle device at the front. And for the US market, we have to have the orange tip. I agree with it, I'm sorry. Now, I feel like something's missing. I just can't quite put my finger. Oh yeah, there's no irons. Now, for whatever reason, ASG has, no irons come with this gun, but you can add your own, you can add whatever optic you want to it. And let's be honest, we're all gonna add an optic to our guns. Now let's get into the meat and the potatoes, the Airsoft specifics of the FLCN. All right, to get into your battery compartment, we're gonna go down. Now pull this stock all the way out. You notice a little tab here. You're gonna push that in. I said you're gonna push it in and take it off. It is wired to Dean's, and you can notice that there's not a lot of battery space in there, but it should fit most buffer tube style batteries. Moving to the gearbox, this is sitting at around 400 feet per second and chronoing at 1.5 joules, but the unique thing about it is it does have a quick change spring system. So if 1.5 joules is a little too hot, it's really easy to swap that spring and drop it. This gun also comes with a rotary style hop-up. Looking at their mid-cap, it's a very unique body style. It is 190 rounds, which is pretty insane for mid-caps. It does not come with a speed loader though, so if you're running mid-caps, you should have a speed loader by now, but in the off chance that you don't, you're gonna need one. So now we're gonna get into the ETU part, and probably one of the most interesting things about this gun. There's a lot to unpack with this one. This is also the introduction of their Falcon Firing Control System 2.0. It's their new firing control system. It's what gives it that indescribable quality that just ASG is so keen on making. Going on to their fire modes, you have a couple. You have the semi-auto and fully automatic like any other gun, but you do have the ability to go 3-round burst, even to 5-round burst. A cool fact about this, it comes with binary. You have the ability to swap your semi-auto for that binary trigger, and if you don't know what that means, when you pull the trigger, it'll fire. When you release the trigger, it'll fire as well. So you can go da 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 da. On that note, the trigger has 3 different presets you can go to, so you can have a really soft trigger or a really hard trigger. And that's the one I like. As far as your fire controls and your trigger adjustments, it's all done through your trigger. Similar to like Nintendo or other manufacturers, if you're gonna adjust it to 3-round burst, the 5-round burst, your binary, if you want that light trigger pull, it's all gonna be done through your trigger. The gun also comes with a battery high-low warning. Another interesting thing about that is that it has an hour shut off. So like your grandma, after an hour of inactivity, it just goes to sleep. If that does happen, you'll just need to get into your battery compartment. You'll need to unplug the your battery, and plug it back in. It shuts off that auto sleep mode. Final thoughts, it's a very unique looking weapon. The monolithic upper receiver, if I can say that word correctly, is a nice change of pace when everything is just kind of standard AR. The charging handle is definitely fun to mess with. I really enjoy this serpentine grip. That's probably my favorite feature about this, besides the ETU. There are a couple cons. Again, the no iron sights is kind of a bum deal. Some people like iron sights, some people really like iron sights. It just doesn't come with them. Another thing is that you have the folding stock, but it doesn't latch. It just floats. So don't be expecting to collapse your stock and just go running with it akimbo. Yeah, I could see me running with this at Milsom West. I could see me running with it at some of the local indoor games or fields. A couple drawbacks here and there, but overall, I'm pretty satisfied with this gun. I think you will be too. I'd say it's moose approved.
Don't be a fool!